Hi, welcome on our stream. Today I don't have anything special planned, so I will be just doing some minor um, software writing tasks. I intend to improve a bit overlays in here, add something more than just this, and then I was thinking that maybe I can take care of this script automating scanning process. I was talking about it already a couple of times. Maybe now's the time. And for the writing practice, I will do the 2 lines of those ovals as always, and then I was thinking that maybe I will go back to the lines. Maybe that will improve the shape of the letters in here. Okay, so this is page or sheet of paper number 50. And let's see. Maybe it's a bit too loud. I feel like it's not going super well today. The line thickness is not terribly consistent. Oh, we said to read history. Okay, then as I said, I want to try the lines again. Maybe also two lines of lines. Yeah, as expected, lines are not perfect. So in that case, maybe I should do a couple more lines. Maybe even the entire page. Perhaps switching lines and ovals. And the next line. I think the position is not right. Then 2 lines of ovals. And the other line. Now the lines. For some reason I changed the slant. Maybe I rotated the paper slightly. Because yeah, this and this is not the same slant. They are not parallel. And out of ink. Now maybe one line of ovals. And then 2 lines of lines. And the next one. Okay, that's enough for this drill. And maybe I was a bit heavy on some of the places, so let's see the other side. Okay, there is some bleed out in here and in here, but other than that, it's quite fine. Oh, right. I didn't have the other page in here. So, now the words. Maybe it improved a bit. Let's see, 3, 3, 3, and then another 2 lines. Okay, so 3 lines of each. Here I don't have my hand in the correct position. And here I just failed. Now uses. Ad starts in 20 seconds. Maybe I can zoom a bit more in. Now sew, out of ink. And mine again. That's enough for this sheet. And now the next drill. Drill number 4 has sets of 6 ovals. With the speed of 200 downstrokes per minute. I assume they don't say it explicitly. This will be 51. That was 5. And of course, I'm not very consistent when it comes to the width of the ovals. Because that's 6 ovals and that's also 6 ovals. And they are over 1 oval wider. At least the placement is becoming gradually better. They are supposed to be just touching by the edges, not overlapping and not being apart. Hello, Atom. Semi-lurking. Need to reboot the computer. I don't know that feeling, that situation. I don't have to ever reboot the computer. Most of the time I do, like I turn off the computer for the night and everything, but sometimes I just don't feel like closing all of the documents and things like that. Saving all the stuff that I would have to save, so I just leave the computer running for a couple of weeks. It doesn't use a ton of energy because it is pretty much like a laptop, the Microsoft Surface. Fairly energy efficient. And the last set. Okay, that's it for this exercise and this page. Now the last one, 160 downstrokes per minute. And roll number 5. One day Snake will give us the VIP diamond badge from Twitch. I don't remember what are the requirements for that. You have to earn that as a channel. Like you have to earn the certain amount of available VIP statuses. Like it is pretty visible on my dashboard that I'm missing this many, whatever is the requirement to get a couple of VIP badges. I know that it's not terribly easy to get. You have to achieve some level of popularity as a streamer to have to have VIP badges to give out to people. Okay, that's enough. Okay, this goes in here. This goes in here. And let's see. Dashboard. Maybe we're lucky. Can't wait to leave the coffee bottle in the VIP section. Where would that be? VIP. Analytics maybe? Overview? That's not it. Maybe achievements? Wait, did they change the requirements? Build a community, reach followers. Looks like I can give VIP badges now. You've unlocked the ability to grant VIP status to members of community. Manage roles. I don't know how that works. Like they are changing it every so often. But in here, looks like build a community. Congrats, you can grant VIP status to your viewers. Unlock 10 additional. So it looks like in here I have 5 out of 10 to get 10 additional VIP badges. I don't understand anything. Like in here, how would I give VIP badge? There is gift a sub, block, report, follow, whisper. There is nothing in here. VIP. Like, how does that work? I'm supposed to use the backslash? Or just the VIP? VIP. Like, how you use commands? I have no idea how I use commands. I never used commands. What? The command is VIP, so just VIP without a slash. VIP. How do you use commands? I'm not really that well versed in Switch. The other slash? Oh, VIP. Now you have added each state as a VIP of this channel. And how many available VIP badges do I have? VIP, role manager. Like, where was that? Analytics, achievements. VIP status to reviewers. So I can grant one VIP status? Let's see, VIP. You have added as a VIP of this channel. Does East Side have still VIP? East Side, say something. Send a new message. Actually, I can just look in here. Dashboard. Where was the VIP role manager? Okay, so both of you are VIPs. So how many available VIPs do I have? Because there is definitely some limit to that. We are important. The error is me typing the command. 10 badges? I have 10 badges? Achievements. I'm confused by this. Get, unlock 10 additional VIP badges. Get 10 people chatting at the same time, and it says that I have 5 out of 10. So this is not yet achieved. Unless after that I would have 20. Now 8 badges. Where can I check that? It doesn't say anywhere. Unless it's that I have 10 out of 100 available badges. Anything else about the VIP? Just role manager. So maybe 10? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that works. How do you... Queen... Where was Queen? Queen of Clubs. 78. Invalid parameter. Status to a user, VIP cannot bypass chat restrictions and... What? Maybe they have to be present. I assume I assume Queen is not here. Okay, so yeah, that would be it. Now, this is done. And let's change the title to this. Start this. And relocate the camera. I still have this drying rack in here. Something like this. Okay, so I was planning to do some just generic tasks or generic programming adjacent tasks. What did I want to do? First of all, I wanted to modify the workshop heating a bit. Here, test, source, main, and where would that be? MQTT client? Maybe it was an MQTT CPP. Connect. Last will. Set last will. Publish last will. Here. This I want set to true. This is retain flag, and I assume it in here. Yeah, this would be last will topic, QoS, and retain and payload. So this is also supposed to be true, because right now I have the problem that when I'm restarting Home Assistant, I can't control the radiators. So yeah, that would be done, and let's compile that. Maybe I could even flash the new firmware. Using this USB extension. Okay, this goes in here. And the ads should be over. Hello, Wilson. How are you doing? Upload. Writing. Okay, and after that, I shouldn't have problems with restarting Home Assistant again anymore. This goes in here. And here I can plug in my mouse again. Okay, so that's done. Close, close, close. And the overlays. Where would that be? It was this, I think. Yeah, server, and this is mostly written by ChatGPT. Okay, maybe not mostly written, because this, like the entire, what is this? Org parser, and this is written by me because ChatGPT couldn't figure it out. Like this, apparently, parsing org and in Node.js is apparently too niche. Studying at the moment. I'm curious, what are you studying? Some general subjects, or something something specialized? Mechanical engineering. Only thing remotely connected to mechanical engineering I remember from, well, I had contact with at the university was the what was that called? Dynamic systems. You know, all of the stuff with PID controllers, how is all of that stuff called in English? You know, that blue bugs and other stuff like that. It was quite hard. Maybe not even because of just the complexity of the subject itself, but the way everything was presented, and everything was like the course was the problem, not the subject. Haven't had the chance to work with PID controller yet. I have done dynamics by hand. Yeah, and that's the problem. I have no idea how PID controller works. That, I think, should be the first thing you should have contact with. Like, I hate that with the university or pretty much with any kind of formal education, that it all seems backwards. Like the way they are teaching you seems backwards. Maybe it's not the same in different countries, but at least in here, everything starts at the most fundamental level with the most theory-based approach. So you are learning how to calculate something by hand, and you have no idea what you are calculating, because you have no like general understanding of the subject. So you know how to how to how to compile some kind of graph, how to solve some kind of equation or something like that, but you have no idea what all of the stuff is used for, because you never had any kind of contact with the with any sort of application for that, any sort of device that would use those sorts of equations. We have projects running alongside courses, so I have a good idea. Yeah, if I was deciding how it should be done, how the courses like that should be like presented, how everything should be managed, it would be the other way around. Like I would present some kind of ready like working device to students, and then we would analyze. Like I would analyze, I would describe how it works. That you need this component and that component. This component does this task and so on. And then I would go more in depth into different functions and how to describe, how to design those specific components, and then components of components and so on. And at the very end, I would go into calculating stuff by hand, like doing all of the equations and things like that. And that way, I feel like at least the way I learn, it would give this kind of approach usually gives me a good understanding of what I'm actually doing. Like I have some kind of holistic idea of the entire system. And the dynamic systems at the university were completely not done like that. It was just the calculations. I have no idea what those calculations were supposed to be used for. So yeah, I like even in here I have those thermoelectric actuators. So these are basically just like attachments to valves. If you provide them with electricity, they open the valve to the radiator, and without electricity, they close the valve. And right now, like before I went to the university, I was already working with them because I was like designing a heating system for my room, and I I was controlling them with just some random exponential function because like I didn't have any other idea of like how to design this differently, how to design this better. And after I had this course on dynamic systems, which should help me to understand how to design this better. I'm still controlling them with just some random exponential function with all of the components and the entire function just guessed. Because I still don't understand how any of that works, and I should understand how any of that works after this course. So this entire course seemed quite useless, as most of the courses at the university. Like they teach you stuff, they teach you only the details, and after you learn all of those details, you have still no idea what the entire system is about. That sucks. I'm sorry that course sucked. Yeah. And maybe if it was everything was presented in my opinion, the proper way, the proper direction, from the like most holistic view of the entire system to the most detailed look, maybe more students would actually pass this test, pass this course of the exams for this course, because the passing rate, the amount, the percentage of students that were failing this course was probably, I think, over 50%. And I was one of those students that failed at the first try, so it wasn't great. My uni works different, I guess. Well, if it works well for you, then it's good. If it has teaching approach that's a bit more I don't know, learning friendly, that's good. But mine wasn't. So in here, I want to read a file. I guess I will just read this. FS read file. How does that work? Read file. Projects path. Project's path is this thing, so this is the path of the file. This looks like encoding, and then I assume this is some function that is done to this data. Okay, so in that case, I would like another one of those, because what I want to do now is having some kind of file. Let's see, message.txt, and if I write something to this file, this text should appear on my screen somewhere, like let's say in here, because yesterday I was doing something like this in OBS, adding the text and just writing in here, and it's not very convenient. I would like some kind of automated I would like some kind of automated way to do that, so that I would be able to have some kind of command in Emacs that would just show me the input in here. I could write something in here, and then it would display on my screen as an overlay. So yeah, message server. And how is this updated? Because there is some kind of updating in here. Watch, file changed. I'll end it. How does that work? Is there maybe another file with just those tasks? View. I don't remember anymore how that worked. How any of that worked. View, location, reload. Okay, file changed. Reload. Okay, I guess that's not horrible. It would just reload the entire page. project's path. So in that case, in here, OS home directory. Can I do a relative path in here? Like if I write just message.txt and this should be, of course, message path. Message path. Why there is no auto-completion? This is annoying. Okay, so that should work. How do I check if that works? I would have to print something in here. Or read file. Tasks project. Okay, so it's passing those two variables, tasks, next project. Let's add another one. Let message, and it will be just empty now. Message. And this, I assume, this entire thing. Yeah, this is fs read file. Can I do fs read file within fs read file? Or if not, then how do I do another one? Because this is like asynchronous. All of that is asynchronous, I think. And if I just did another one, fs read file below that, then it wouldn't necessarily do them in order. I think maybe even it would probably not do them in order. Okay, so the title is Vibe Coding Stream Overlays, so let's do that. Not that far, actually. Here. Okay, here is the beginning. Copy. And this is in Express. In Express.js, here is the what is that? The part of the project, or maybe I will do the entire thing here. Apt-get. Okay, here as a part of a project. that okay, yeah, I want to remove that for now. That reads the contents, not of project's path. Project's path. And sends them to what? To renderer. And to this, I think, is view, to tasks view, to task view, add reading of message path, and also add it to tasks. Okay, and the code is this. So this is one to read file. Where is the other one? Another read file. And now how does that work? Parsing next project. So is that read file within read file? One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. So my original idea was correct. And just nested read file. Message path, UTF-8, message data twin. Okay, that should be good. And now in the views, tasks, I want to do something with it. For now, maybe I will just add another div. Next project section. Div. And this would just be a message. Is that how that works? Now the question, how do I restart that? Documents, stream, scripts. press start. Okay, it's just Node.js server, Node server.js, running that in the background. So kill. How do I kill by name? Like kill P, kill A, kill does kill? I never know how kill works. Node? Linux kill by name. Process name is the PID. Oh, it's P kill, not kill P. Yeah, P kill. Here, P kill node. Okay. Now this shouldn't be visible. Yeah, it's not visible. And cd documents. Can I reload? Refresh. Okay, there is something. Message. So there is some message in here and it's not showing on the overlay. It was localhost. Oh, localhost 3000. Okay, here. And yeah, this thing is definitely empty. So I guess it didn't work. Maybe I need to somehow read stuff from here. Tasks. Next projects, message. Maybe there is a typo. View server. Let's see. Message. Message. Or maybe it's not actually allowed. Path like that. Let's try static path. So the same as in here. And what would be the path documents? task list / message txt. Okay. Reload. No. What? I'm confused by the number of viewers in here. Dashboard. What? Dashboard. Twitch dashboard. Stream manager. Why is this dash? Like when I hover over it, it's 8. But it doesn't show in here. Is that some kind of setting? I feel like there is a setting, like it's a setting that turns that off. I think you have to turn it off in Twitch. View count. I won't look for that now. But it's weird that it just changed by itself. Or maybe I changed it by accident. Okay, so this still doesn't work. The path should be correct. You're gonna watch the Super Bowl? No. That's something related to sports, right? I'm not interested in sports. Read file, message path. Message. What if I put something in here? Like a static text. What? Okay, I messed up a bit. This should go in here, and this I can close. Okay, refresh. Still doesn't work. Okay, another option. Let's comment that out. That still doesn't work. So I think I'm definitely doing something wrong in here. Res, render, task, tasks, next project, message. I like to watch golf when I smoke cigars. All because I do not play and have no interest in it otherwise. So, like, just as a habit? Message. Do I have to define somehow what I'm passing in here? Declare what I'm passing? Project's path? Doesn't seem to be the case. Message. At least the other stuff still works. Okay, back to views. It's just easy to have it on and still talk, which is like the whole reason to smoke with anyone. So just as a background. Kind of passive watching. Maybe I just don't understand how that works. Next projects. Message. This doesn't seem to be relevant. Project. What is this? No idea what that does. Next projects. How about here? Task. Maybe that's that indicates some kind of string or just single value. Let's see if it made a change. It did make a change. Server. So in that case, I can uncomment this. And now it looks like it changed. Message. Okay, I think it works. I could take care of the positioning of everything now. And of course, if I do this, echo test 2, and this would be documents, task list, message. This should also change, and it does. It did change. Okay, so that's done. And then another thing I could do is to have a current project in my projects file. Projects. Where do I have current project? Maybe I will do this in here. Current. And this will break everything. Yeah, it breaks everything. Current. And I want this. Then server, and here I want to change this. This will be 3. Next projects. This will be 4. I think. Here. Okay, it works again. And here, refresh. So that's fine. Next projects, and then I can have let current project. This will also be an empty string. And this I will read in here. Three. And current project. And I don't want really for each if item type text. Actually, maybe I do want for each. What does it return? Console log item type stars text. Okay, so this would be just one. Instead of for each, children item index. One. And value. Console log okay, so this will be current project equals, and in here current project and that means I want to modify the views again. Actually, maybe I want to modify the views properly with all of these CSS and stuff. Let's see. I can put this entire thing. What is this? Div, h2, another div. I can put all of that into another div. div with ID of tasks, and those will be subdivs. Next projects. Okay, then CSS div I want hash tasks div, and now that shouldn't change anything apart from that, of course. So yeah, it still looks the same. And now I want a separate div. Can I fold this maybe? Close. Okay. So another div. Another div with current project. And I would also like an ability to turn the visibility of current project on and off, because this will be like main project I'm working on, but maybe it won't always be active. Or maybe I should judge that. No, I was thinking, yeah, how do I actually want to control everything in here? Everything should be, of course, controlled from Emacs, because I'm using Emacs, so of course I want to do everything from Emacs. But how specifically? Like all of this entire task list, I'm controlling by just modifying the task list in here. So if I mark this as done and save the file, it marks the task on the task list on the overlay. And how do I want to manage this? Because I want some kind of overlay, like maybe up here or maybe down here, with something like currently working on and Edwardian dressing gown. But I'm not sure how do I want to manage visibility of that. Because of course I'm not always working on the main project. So like right now, this is main project I'm working on in general, but I'm not working on it right now. So right now I don't want to have any sort of currently working on dressing gown. And I was thinking for a second that maybe I could just like remove stuff from here, so have this section empty, and that would just remove the entire part of the overlay. But this seems like a bit too much hassle, because I want to modify this multiple times over the course of the stream. So it would have to be some sort of just true or false switch. Maybe I could add another file in here. So here apart from message.txt, I would also have main project.txt. Yeah, main project.txt, and this would be, let's say, 1. And so 1 would mean that it should display, that the main project should be display, and if this would be 0, it shouldn't be display. So I could just do like in here, echo 1 or echo 0 into this main project.txt. And that's another thing I want to add in here. So that would be another nested read file. So that's the way ChatGPT solved that problem. Can you do that in any other way than nesting the read file? F as promises, async await, promise all. So how is that done? Await, promise all. Okay, that seems quite good, I think. Cars, message data trim. Okay, let's do that. I assume it didn't actually modify any of this of those three item, children, and all of that. So it would be from here up to here. Copy. And then I would want to leave this. Project children value current project. Yeah, I want to leave this. Wait, in here I still don't want to for each. I still don't want for each. I think. Yeah, it should be only sections. Well, I will think about this later. Remove this, remove this. I think up to here. Delete. And this I can put in here. This is 3, and this will be 4. Tasks, next project, current project, message, and display current project. The disp proj displayed current project. This will be another file that it's supposed to read. So in here, fsread. Project path, message path. This will be main project file. Main project. Message data. Main project data. Message data trim. So now I assume, well, this let main, it was main project. What was that? Current project. Current project. Where was that? Here. Current project. And this will be empty string for now. And lower, I want let main project. Was it display? Display current project. Disp current project, and this will be just main project data.trim equals. And can I convert this somehow to Boolean value? Can I, maybe I can just interact with it as a Boolean value because it's JS. So maybe I can just straight up treat this value as Boolean. Or maybe there is some kind of tool Boolean. No LSP. Maybe I should configure LSP for this. JS to Boolean. Is true set. Just Boolean function or double not operator, for example, Boolean hello returns true. Okay. So boolean. I hope that works. I hope that 0 is interpreted as false. Creating false values. Okay, so 0 is interpreted as false. And this all is true. So I assume 1 is also true. And false is true. Okay, so that should be fine. Display current project. And now the question, important question, can I do some sort of if in here? Tasks for each. Okay, I don't see any ifs in here. So what is this? EJS? EJS if. If condition, then do this, else. Okay, seems quite simple. So let's fold this again. Project. Yeah, project. So this I want only if parentheses, right? Right. If this project then another div and then this. Am I doing this correctly? Yeah, seems correct. Div and closing div. What is this? Await. Only valid exit function top level deploy these modules. Oh, here, async request, server, so somewhere in here, async, still, what is this, fs, unexpected identifier, fs, why? So this is the first one, right? Message path. Oh. And also, this is not the correct path. It should be this in here. Main project path. And now it works. Error reading files. Great. What error? CB argument must be type function. CB, I assume callback. Argument must be of type function. Receive type string. Classic MFS mix-up. Okay, receive type, sure. Encoding callback. Dot promises. Oh, somewhere at the top, fs dot promises. Okay, now it works. And how do I see the other stuff? Where should even other stuff appear? Add to the main project. This is one. On display current project. Yeah, I'm reading that right. Display current project, boolean, okay. Here, console log disp proj. True. And if I do here 0, this is still true. That's not good. What if I change this to nothing? False, okay. So at least that works. Okay, so I will think, I will figure out this part later. But for now, task EJS, I would like to figure out this. Div project. Okay, I'm assuming it's not appearing, but maybe I'm just not seeing it. Main project, this will be 1. Okay, I think this is this div. Dev tools, WI, project. Project, okay. And if I change this to nothing, then it disappears, okay. So that works. And then I want another div. If there is anything in the message. If message, then div id message or just actual message. And what was the message? Right now it's test2. Let's try that again. Test2. And if I change main project to something, then both of them appear. Okay. And if I change this to 0, then it's still true. I guess it's not really that big of a problem, because I can just I don't want to do this. Message main project. I can just send an empty string to it. And I should also add this path to this list. Message path. What was that? Main proj path. Okay, false. Let's put this in here. Changed. 1. This is true. And this is false, okay. Now, what happens if I put nothing in here? Okay, this evaluates as false, so it doesn't display anything in here. That's good. Now I guess I can start doing CSS. This thing should, for now, should be enough. Body. Font family. How do I control font size? Just size? Probably in here. Size, font style. Actually, maybe it would be better to change stuff in here. So, body. Can I make this bigger? I can't make this bigger. Only the actual page. That's quite horrible. And size. No. Font size. Font family, font size. Okay, that's bigger. And how did all of that M and rem work? CSS, rem, M, CSS units. Integer, number, dimension. Relative length. M, relative font size of the element, font size of the parent element when used for font size. Is relative font size of the root element. What is the root element? Is body the root element? Or is HTML root element? Font size. Yeah, I will modify this in here and the web browser because I want to see the effects live. 100%. 20. This is normal size. 50, too much. 30. 25, maybe it would be better. And then how do I define size of all of those divs? Div 1 with this is just static. and it should probably be dependent on the base unit. And how does that work? Like in here, if I change this to 30 pixels and this to 10 rem, does it change? Yeah, it does change. M. Width, again, 300. And this changed to 25 per x. Okay. So if I want to keep this at 25, it should probably be something like 15, maybe 18. Not completely sure. 16. Border radius. Yeah, all of that should be relative. Font size. All of that should scale with changing the font size in here. So this would be 25px. Padding. Padding left. So in that case, too much math. This, I was saying, would be 16 EM, border radius. Let's do 0.6. Padding, margin. So this will be 0.2. Padding 0.4. Will this refresh automatically? It does refresh automatically. That's good. And then I want the entire thing in here to be full screen. So I guess body. Width 10, 19, 20, and how do you spell height? 1080 px. Looks like this doesn't work. Maybe it has to be div. main. I broke something. What did I break? The coloring in here broke. Okay, it's just weird. Anyway, main, paste, and main would be the next div after body, div id message here div okay, it's in main and main seems to have some kind of padding. Body has margin. I don't want body to have margin. Margin. Okay, now looks good. And now I would like to move this to the other edge to like position this task list in here on the web page itself. So this will be position absolute, if I remember this correctly. Position absolute and then tasks. Tasks here, position relative, position relative, left or right, 0. It didn't change anything. Position absolute, tasks, position relative. How about 0px? Still doesn't change anything. Okay, tasks, display, inline block, It somewhat helped. maybe the order matters. Display an inline dot. CSS, lurking mode off. I suggest font type and font size that allows you to see the tasks even at 160p. Like font type and font size. You mean like actual number of font size or like managing font size? You are making task list for your community, or at least 360p. Fonts with round smooth edges. Round smooth edges? What do you mean by that? Sharp edges become blurred at low pixels. No serifs. Are no serifs easier to read with at lower resolutions? I would think that like fonts with serifs are more distinct. Like the letters are more distinct. You can distinguish different letters by the position of the serifs. So I would think that at lower resolutions they should be easier to distinguish. And also, like, this is without serifs. Like, those sections are without serifs. The edges become pixelated since it's the smallest component of font. And these are like bigger letters, and they don't change. So I would prefer. I don't see the point of changing those to sans serif fonts. With those titles, I would prioritize fanciness. I would prioritize the looks over readability. I checked at 160p. I can't read text, but 360 it is readable. Yeah, I'm not actually modifying the existing overlay in here yet. I would have to refresh that. Now it's horrible. I'm not working on this existing overlay. I'm working in a kind of separate separate instance. So don't look how that. Don't look at this. So yeah, I want to make this like static on the right side of the screen. CSS. How to. What are you doing today? A bunch of things. Earlier I was modifying a bit the controller of my heating system because I wanted MQTT last will message to have retain flag set to true, because I had a problem with Home Assistant. Like, after I restarted Home Assistant, I couldn't control the radiators because Home Assistant saw them as unavailable. So I modified that, and now I'm modifying the overlays in here. This is my Node.js solution of displaying overlays from my files on the computer, generating overlays. So now I'm making this a bit more sophisticated, but because for now, as of now, it's just displaying this list of projects, the list of tasks and the projects, and I also want to have something like currently working on and the name of main project. So it would be currently working on Edwardian dressing gown, and I want also some kind of automated way to display text in here. So instead of adding like text object in OBS, I want to be able to just send stuff in here to message, send some kind of message, and this should appear on the screen. And it shouldn't be in here, of course. It should be like somewhere in the middle, so that I would be able to easily just send some kind of message from Emacs and have it be displayed on the screen. Because modifying that in OBS is a bit annoying. And also doesn't really look that great. So I want something more fancy looking. I started thinking about this yesterday, because yesterday I was putting all those messages on the screen, like waiting for water to boil and then waiting for water to cool down. So I want some better way of doing that. Main. What was I doing? Oh, right. How to put a div on the right side. On the right side of parent div. Yeah, right side of the parent div. The parent div has static size in pixels. Okay, some static size, position relative. Oh, okay, I was thinking correctly, but I mixed up two of those values. It should be, like, parent should be position relative, and this should be position absolute. Absolute. And this should be relative. Saved. Is it working now? WI. Okay, looks like it is working. Maybe a bit too close. That exists somewhere on your computer as HTML. And this is a Node.js project. It's, to be specific, it's Express.js, Express app. And having this as an Express app, it was decided by ChatGPT, because most of that was, well, maybe not most of that, but significant portion of that file was written by ChatGPT. couple months ago, when I was doing when I was doing this task list overlay, I had most of this file written by ChatGPT, and then I was writing this section, usage of org parser, because apparently parsing org files is too niche for ChatGPT, so ChatGPT couldn't figure out how to do something like that, and I had to do that myself. But other than that, I have no idea how to use Express.js. So yeah, position relative, that seems good. And then here I want this maybe 10 pixels. And then top, let's say also 10 pixels. And what is the rest? You might be able to update text in HTML. Update this text in HTML. Update this. The reason say ESS feels weird and that the rule restriction rules. Weird is that the rule and restriction rules that CSS follows are not always consistent and not always human intuitive. It doesn't feel weird. Like, you mean about this position relative and position absolute? I don't think it's intuitive either way. It's just like the way it works, and it's just something you have to remember that the positions work like that. So I don't think it feels weird either way. And learning Node.js will make you way more powerful. I was attempting to learn Node.js like years ago, probably 10 years ago, and it made me hate JavaScript. Like I wasn't completely opposed to JavaScript when I was using just vanilla JavaScript, and then I tried to figure out. I tried to get into Node.js, and at first I kind of liked Node.js, but then I realized that all of the web development is horrible. Like it changes so rapidly. Like, you know, there is this web page. How many days since last JS framework, and it I think always shows 0. So yeah, I always have a problem with Node.js, any kind of Node.js framework, that if you want to learn well, first of all, everything, pretty much everything, well, maybe actually everything period, is super over-engineered. So sometimes you want to just, the best solution of making a web page would be just making a static web page, static HTML, and many people are so used to the idea of using Node.js for everything, and I was also just coming from that assumption of using Node.js for that they go straight into using something like Gatsby or some other nonsense projects like that, and it's horrible. It's so complicated, so like it has so much overhead. It's no matter how you optimize all of that stuff, it's never gonna perform well. And also it's very complicated, and it changes Like the way everything works changes so rapidly. I specifically with writing a static web page, I remember that I was when I was trying to write a web page, I was trying to use something like Next.js or something similar, and I saw our tutorial on YouTube for Next.js from 3 months ago. Well, at that time, 3 months before that time. So it was 3 months ago. So it meant it was 2 months out of date. So nothing in this tutorial worked. And as a comparison, I tried to after a couple of tries, couple of like self-torture sessions with Node.js, I decided to go a completely different route, and I ended up using Hugo. This. I started using this, the framework for building static websites, and I saw a tutorial from 2 years ago on this. So two years ago, couple years ago, so probably like 5 years ago or something. And after 2 years from releasing this tutorial on YouTube, like maybe one thing changed. And it also wasn't completely changed, completely deprecated. The way shown in the tutorial was still working. There was just some newer way of doing that. So I like something like that very much, that it doesn't really change that much. You can just learn it once and be done with it. There is not even that much to learn. If you have some like basic HTML knowledge, you can figure out how to make a Hugo website over the weekend. So yeah, I hate Node.js. I have no intention of learning how to use that, how to write something in Node.js properly. I have no intention of building skills in Node.js, because those skills will be deprecated after a couple of months. You can write your own static site generator, but why would I want that? What would be the point? I would spend a lot of time trying to build my own static site generator, and the result would be worse than some like ready-made static site generator. To contribute AI Slope websites? What? Full internet with Slope? Are you talking about websites or the generator? I don't know, it's fine. Because if you are talking about just building AI Slope websites, then I don't need like my own static site generator for that. I can use also just Hugo. I can just use this and automate Hugo to like post some AI Slope stuff. My brain is refilling with coffee, so I'm semi-brain drunk. Yeah. So yeah, I don't see any point in making my own static site generator. How does that look now? Properties. Width on 1920, 1080, okay. So now this should be actually controlled by the website, like the position of this overlay should be controlled entirely by CSS. So if I do, where is that? Top. So let's say left. If I do this, tasks. If I do this and change the file, now it changed. Right, not here. Now it changed again. Okay. So now I can work on this message, because there is actually a message. Since you are dissing web dev, I added to it by saying come like those web agents in web dev, automate the generation of static sites, and then just post as many as possible and make people using web. I'm like having some trash content. Some trash content on websites is one thing. It's a separate thing to rant about. But I'm talking about the bloat of websites, like in this meme about JS. JS bloat meme. Like this thing with like however many megabytes of JavaScript. Will I find this somewhere? Probably not. Maybe on Google. Oh, something like this. No, not this. But there was something similar. And they were saying that come get your like 100 gigabytes of JavaScript in a single website. And yeah, the internet feels like that. That you have so much bloat. You have supposedly static website, and it loads million terabytes of JavaScript. It loads. You have to have gigabit internet to load all of that stuff somewhat rapidly. And my website yeah, how do I spell my... Oh, what happened in here? The margin feels, or the padding feels weird. Was it like that earlier? Anyway, as a comparison, my website in here, what does my website load? What is this? This is CSS, font, I don't remember what that is. Integrity, where is network, sources, JS. Oh, so this is only JavaScript that I'm loading with my website? There is some CSS, some very minimal CSS. How many lines? Why does it show lines in here? But yeah, this is the entire CSS. And then there is font, also minimized. So yeah, not a very heavy website. I'm very much anti-web load. And the reason to write your own static state generator to pollute the web. With Electron app, it has way too much bloat. Like, maybe I shouldn't complain about Electron, because Electron, most of the time, not always, because it actually depends on how a developer configures an Electron application, but most of the time Electron is multi-platform, so if stuff wasn't written in Electron, then there wouldn't be many times there wouldn't be a Linux build for, well, maybe not build, Linux option, alternate Linux binary, I guess, Linux binary for a specific application. But still, those applications, even though they are available, they usually work horribly. I hate them. When something is written in Electron, that's a reason to look for an alternative. Okay, so the message in here. I want to relocate that somewhere else on the screen. Like probably somewhere in here. And then the main project. So the main project 1 server current project. Wait, something is not right. Oh, right. Of course it's not right. And here this is just nonsense. It should be equals current project. Okay, Edwardian dressing gown. And it would be something like currently working on Edwardian dressing gown. Currently working on. And maybe this could be H1. H1. Currently working on, Edwardian dressing gown. And the background. I want the same background as in here. And probably the same border radius. What would that be? Project tasks, project, currently working on, and then I want to stretch that. What is this? H1. H1. Not H1, project. Here. With. I think there is something like clump. No. Fit contents. Max content. What are the different options for width? CSS, width. Can I see width options? 75%, auto. Maybe it can be auto. Fit content, max content, min content. Can I use this? Where would that be? With min. Let's see, 300 pixels and 100 pixels. Okay, so that means it has 100. And if I change this to 70, now it has 70, okay. So I want to choose the minimum between what are the options? Max content, intrinsic preferred width, intrinsic minimum width. What is stretch? Set width of the element margin blocks within containing blocks. It attempts to make margin that's too complicated. Okay, max width. Max width or max content. Content. No, it doesn't work now. Max content. Min max content. Okay, so apparently I can't do something like that. How does OBS or Streamlabs use your HTML to display it as overlaid on your video? In OBS there is option and here in OBS, so here are sources and there is option of including web browser. So this is basically like most of overlays work. You just click include browser, and you put a URL in here. You can adjust width, height, and then put your custom CSS. So that's how you remove the background from the website. Background color set to nothing, and margin 0, auto 0, auto, overflow hidden, and so on. That's like pretty much all of the overlays work, unless there would be someone would make some like custom plugin or something. But most of the time, if some service provides you with OBS overlay, they just provide you with a URL, and you are supposed to put this URL into browser source. Because I was restarting, the radiators controller. They are now closed. The valves are closed. And because of that, it's quite cold in here. What is the temperature? It's 18 degrees. Not great. Okay, so that doesn't work. What is another way? Because I would like something. I would like a value that would adjust to the size of that. Is there max width? Max. There is max width. Okay. So that's exactly what I want. Max width should be, I don't know, this is 1920. Maybe 1500 pixels. I assume now this actually has 1500 pixels, yeah. So this just accepts max width. How about adding display inline block? Okay, I think now it adjusts to the contents, but the padding doesn't seem consistent. Projects, and let's see, padding. I see, on H1 this has additional padding of 20. I don't want additional padding of 20. So the task list is being rendered by the web browser software and then displayed by the... Wait, what? Task list is being rendered by the web browser software and then displayed by the web browser software, and then OBS captures the output video of web browser and crops the edges. It doesn't use like actual web browser, like actual standalone web browser. It has some kind of embedded website renderer mechanism. Like this is some web browser is embedded in OBS. it's not displayed anywhere. Like I'm assuming you mean it by cropping the edges. I assuming you mean like all of the like window, like all of the window controls and like URL bar and all of that. Nothing like that exists. It's just like OBS itself is rendering a rendering web page with, I assume, just embedded Chromium or something like that, and then it displays it on top of the screen as an additional source. So yeah, I don't want H1 projects H1 project H1 margin. It was margin or padding? Padding 0. And then in here I want to increase padding. Or maybe, yeah, I want to increase padding, let's say to 6. And then I want to make it asymmetrical. So it was, I think, top, bottom, and then left, right. So it would be 0.6 and maybe 1. How does it look like now? It doesn't look like at all. Okay, max width. I forgot to save that. Max width. This would be, let's say, 1500 pixels. Actually, it was overlapping. So 1300 and display inline block. Yeah, display an inline block. Oh, remove. Okay, now it's better. So here 15 and 25. Okay, works as expected. And I think it's quite good. Now the position. Oh, remove. I didn't notice that. Remove browser. Position. Where do I want the position? And also, does it overlap now? Project. Inline block, remove that. So now it's at 1300. It doesn't overlap, that's good. And I don't know. Let's put this in here. And then display task list. Project. Position. Relative. Top 10 pixels, left 10 pixels. How about bottom? Refresh. Oh, bottom doesn't work? That's interesting. Right also doesn't work. Now that's confusing. Oh, I messed up again. Okay. Bottom. This should be absolute. I'm not sure about the stylistic aspect of all those overlays. I know what I'm going for in terms of what I want on the screen, but I'm not sure about all this CSS. Like maybe in here, if it would be on the bottom, then maybe it shouldn't be inline block. It shouldn't be inline block, and this should be 1920 minus 10, so just 1900 px. Refresh. No? Wait, what? Okay, without max. That will go off the screen. Box sizing, border box. Left 10 pixels. Oh, margin. It shouldn't have margin. Refresh. Okay. And the task list also shouldn't have margin. Tasks. Actually, maybe they should. They should only have top and bottom. So top and bottom 2em, and then left and right 0. And then in here I would have to adjust. So this margin, this is this was 25, 1/5, so 5. Let's add 5 in here. Okay, the task list didn't change. And I just realized the problem with the camera. Actually, it would be mainly displayed in tasks. Oh, I forgot. Something like that. So yeah, it would be mainly displayed in this view. But maybe sometimes I would like to have this displayed in my screen view, because there is some like programming related project. Maybe this should be on the top and going right up to the plan for today. And then plan for today. What is the plan for today? H1, H2. This is H2. So in here I would also like to change to H2. H2. Refresh. So this is a bit smaller now. And then I think I want to make it on the top project. Top. I don't think I need this. Refresh, okay. And then width. I think this is the thing. So it would be 1920 minus minus 10 pixels minus tasks minus 15 minus if I want to make this consistent, this should also be 15 and 15. So yeah, and here this would be minus 15 on one side, minus 15 between, and then minus 15 on the other side of the tasks, and then width of the tasks is 16 EM. Does that work? It seems to do something, but not really correctly. They are at least at the same level, so that's good. Okay, here, project. (16 EM) tasks. Maybe there are some additional margins. Yeah, there is padding. Box sizing border box. Okay, this changed. I assume this would also change. Project here, box sizing, border box. Okay, now it's correct. Box sizing, border box. Copy this. Here. Not here. Here. And then I want to modify this to be consistent. Padding, padding, padding. Go back to 4. Okay, now it's the same. Camera main. Okay, that seems somewhat good. And then let's see, main project. If I change this to nothing, it disappears. Back to 1, it appears again. Okay. Then a message. I want to put a message on this message. Oh, let's see. Position absolute. Bottom maybe 5 EM and left. I don't know if that won't be too much. Let's change this to 1. And then font size. Font size. I want this, let's say, 3 times bigger. Refresh. Okay, that's too high. Three maybe? Two? Message. Okay, let's leave it like that, and then what happens? Let's do box, no, and display, display inline block, max width as 1200 pixels. That should be good. And now, what happens if I add much more text? Well, I can just modify this here. Message. Okay, it goes up as expected. Now all of the font style and other stuff, CSS text style, fundamental text and font styling, font family, sans serif, cursive, fantasy, font size, font style. Font weight. Okay, let's remove this and modify this in here. Whereas message here, font weight, bold. Okay. Then some kind of drop shadow or some kind of outline, maybe both. Because on different backgrounds it can be not very visible. Text decoration, overline, line through. What is overline? Like line on top? Where is that? Here. Font or text? Text decoration. Text decoration, overline. Okay, it is line on top. Text drop shadow. Text shadow. I would like text layout, text align, height. I would like shadow to be on all of the sides and be fairly blurred. CSS text shadow. Some text shadow generator or something like that. Shadow generator, exactly that. Okay, horizontal, vertical. I want probably 0 and 0. And then blur. How can I change the color of the shadow? Oh, here. Black. Paste. That's not very good. Why is it only in the middle? I don't want it only in the middle. I want it like over the entire thing. Presets. So the depth. Hard highlight. -1, -1. That doesn't look very good. Maybe I just have to add another one. Copy and paste. And this would be +1 px, +1 px. Oh, I see. -1, -1, 1, 1. And let's do this also 8. This looks horrible. Font weight. Bold. Yeah, this looks horrible. It's uneven now. Do I have to add this on all of the sides? Then they would overlap. Not very good. Outline hack. 1, 1, -1, -1. One. 1. This looks terrible because it's only adding in the top left corner and bottom right corner, and because of that the edges in here look uneven. Like in here, this edge. This edge gets a drop shadow, but this one doesn't. And even then, this entire thing is much too harsh. How do I add blur? Blur. This is this value. Third value. Let's try to set this to maybe 60. Oh, it's already time to end the stream. Everything is going so quickly, so smoothly, that I didn't even notice. Yeah, this is horrible. How it looks on the screen. Well, this doesn't help much. Messages. Let's add something more in here. I don't know. I think it would have to be more intense. Or maybe it doesn't have to be more intense. How about different backgrounds? Oh, like this. Maybe this is actually fine. It seems quite readable and different with different stuff. How about this? This is still readable. This maybe? Still fine. Okay, so I think I can just leave it like that. Okay, so now if I delete that, it should disappear from the screen. And if I set main project to nothing, this also disappears from the screen. So yeah, that seems good in terms of more of the backend. It works as I wanted it to work. Well, I still have to do one thing, which is clearing the messages. Clearing the messages and the main project thing. Here. Okay. Back to Express. Express? Yeah, Express. Back to Express. How to clear the contents of the files on the first execution. Upon upon starting the server. Projects path, messages path, clear file contents, write file. Okay, let's copy the entire thing. It should go in here. File path, that's good. And then I don't want to clear projects. Projects should stay. I want to clear main proj path and message path. Okay, so here 1 and message, write something in the message. And now let's restart the server. And this is cleared. This is also cleared. And of course, I have to refresh this. That's fine. Message, delete, and it disappears. Okay. So projects, I would consider this to be done. And yeah, that's it for today. That's it for today. And I didn't do the scanning. I wanted to also do the scanning script today. I was thinking about this. I was talking about this about it a couple of times already. I want some kind of way to automatically scan documents and the scanner from the server. So I want to send a message to the server, and server would automatically scan the document that's in the scanner, and then I would send some kind of signal. Second time it would scan the second page, third time it would scan third page, and so on. And then I want a second signal, and on the second signal it would save all of those scanned pages into one PDF document. It shouldn't actually be very difficult. Maybe I will do this tomorrow, because I don't know if I will receive the threads for continuing the dressing gown tomorrow. So maybe I will still do some programming and programming related tasks, programming adjacent tasks. So yeah, that's it for today, and see you tomorrow. Bye.